This is my tutorial on Symbaloo. Symbaloo is this page right here. It's an internet-based productivity site that basically it is a bookmarking page. It gives you a space to create your own bookmarks in this format. So I'm going to teach you how to get it going, set up, and show you how I use it as a productivity tool in my classroom as a teacher. So first of all, you need to go to Symbaloo.com, Symbaloo.com, and you're going to click on Create a Free Account right here. You're going to type in the name that you want your Symbaloo to be called. So like for instance, your Facebook name, something sort of like that. Or I'm doing this for my classroom, so I'm going to put my classroom name, which is Nelson's Knights, and then your email. You can use your school email because they don't spam you. It's pretty much just update emails that you will get. And password, pretty normal here, regular stuff that you're all used to doing. I'm going to unclick. I don't want to miss important updates because I don't want a bunch of spam. They really don't spam me very much. I mean, really not at all. I'm going to agree to the terms and create my account. Oh, it says it's already in use. So let's see. I'll just try something else. What else do I have? Okay. I'll do this one. Sorry about this. Oops. I agree. Okay, then you'll get to this page. You want to do this orange one, otherwise they're going to start one for you and they're going to put tiles onto your Symbaloo that they feel like everybody should have. But you just want this for your own stuff. So click to get started. And if you're using this in the classroom, you're going to want to set it as your home page. So you're going to click whatever internet browser you use, probably Internet Explorer if you have a PC, and Safari if you have a Mac probably. But you do want to do this because you don't want to have to kids type in Symbaloo to get there. You want to just for it to come up whenever they open the internet. I'm not going to because this is my home computer and I already have something else set up. All right, so then you'll see this. This is the name that you typed in when you were signing up, and this is what you're going to be identified in the community as, Nelson's Knights. And so that's you. This right here is also where you'll go to set up your profile and your preferences and settings. So this page right here is called your home web mix. This is what they're going to open to and automatically see whenever they click that Internet Explorer or Safari button. I'm going to first thing rename it from home web mix. So I'm going to push edit web mix and I'm going to rename the web mix. I'm going to call mine Nelson's Knights. Save that. And now it says Nelson's Knights. These other tabs up here are other web mixes, and you can't, we'll do something with them later. We're going to get rid of them. I have a tab set up for, I do Daily 5 in my classroom, so I have a tab for each thing that they need to do. Like I have this tab is going to be for word work. This one's for work on writing. I have tabs for other things such as Fun Friday. That's I would have a bunch of games on there that they can play only on Fridays. So you can set up tabs for different things. You might want to do them by subject, like everything on here is language arts, everything on here is social studies. However you want to do that, and I'll show you how to do that later. But let's continue editing this home web mix, which I've now named Nelson's Knights. So you can do some fun stuff, like you can change the wallpaper. They have some pre-made wallpapers for you, or you can just choose basic colors as a background, or you can even upload your own picture from your computer, like, you know, if you've taken a class photo or something like that, and you want to set that as your background just to make it a little bit more personalized. I'm to show you what one might look like. Just choose this one and push choose. This is what it looks like, and then your tiles, you can kind of see where the other tiles would go if you added them. They kind of blend into the background and your tiles stick out. To me, this is just a little too busyness stuff going on. So I'm just going to set it back to black. I like the simplicity of just the black. And so you can do that. You can change your wallpaper. Another thing that you can do is you can stretch it out. Like if this isn't enough tiles for you, I'll show you mine in a second. You'll see my home web mix is so full. I need to stretch mine out soon in a second. But if you need more tiles, or if you just want it to look bigger and you don't care if the tiles are empty, you can stretch it out. Oops, it's loading, sorry. So see how I've added more columns over here, or you can add more rows. So you make it as big as you want, and then you can click Done Editing. Once you up here, you can see it telling me to confirm my email address that I set up the account with. Once you do that, every change that you make, I'm not going to do that right now because I'll show you on mine that I already have made in a second. But once you confirm your email address and you're a true user of Symbaloo, you sign back in. When you make a change, you're going to have to click this Nelson's Nights or whatever tab you're working on. You need to click it, and if you make a change, it'll have a little button that says Update Web Mix, and you're going to want to click on that, and that means that it'll sync it, it'll update it. And so then any other computer, any other time you get on another computer, it's going to be updated, and so that new tile will be added, or that old tile will be taken away. Whatever change you made, it will update. So I am going to show you basically how to get started. It takes a long time. It's kind of it takes a while to get it set up. So you kind of got to put a little time in at the beginning to get it set up, but it's definitely worth it. You are going to want to get rid of all these tiles. You don't want your kids going to Facebook or eBay or Expedia. So what you're going to do to get rid of a tile is you're going to right click it. You're going to click delete. And you're going to do that for all of them because you want to get rid of all these and make your own. So let me just tell you a benefit while I'm deleting all these of having Symbaloo. I told you that basically these tiles are your bookmarks. And you might ask yourself, well, why don't I create bookmarks? So what's the difference? Why should I go through the process of setting this all up? The main benefit for this, instead of creating bookmarks up here in your toolbar like you normally do, as you know, you don't just do it on one computer in your classroom, or if you're doing this for your office, just one computer in your office. You have to go around and set up bookmarks for every single computer. Like if I want all my kids to be able to access my personal classroom website, I'm going to have to go and set it up as a bookmark, personally move my body to every single computer and go through the same exact process on every computer to set up that bookmark. But using Symbaloo, you just set it up all here, and then whenever they open Symbaloo, those bookmarks are there. You don't have to go through the time of bookmarking every single computer. And I can be at home, I can see a cool game that I might want my kids to play or a cool website that I might want them to go to. I can add it to my Symbaloo super quick, and they can access it right away. I don't have to go and go set up a new bookmark on my classroom computers and, run out of time like we always do as teachers and not get to it. I just set it up as soon as I see it when I'm browsing the internet. I have my Symbaloo there. I just add it to it, and it's ready to go. All right, so got that all emptied. Now I am ready to add a new tile. As you can see, as I'm moving my mouse around, hovering over all these different spaces for tiles, it says add a new tile. So that's what I'm going to do. All I do is left click on it, and it gives you two choices. This choice over here, make a new web mix with the quick start, that they have pre-made tiles like for things that they think are popular that everybody might want to have on their Symbaloo. For example, Facebook, sort of like those ones that you saw that I just deleted. So if you want something that you think is really popular that's already made, you might want to click there and just search for it instead of going through this process of creating it yourself. But it's really not that hard, and mostly what you're going to probably want to do is to create the tile your own self, because most of these tiles are going to be pretty personalized. Like you want them to go to specific sites or a specific game on a specific site. Like my kids, like I like them to play certain games on PBS, but I don't want them just going all over PBS. I want them to play Synonym Sam on PBS. So I'll make my tile just go to Synonym Sam. And I'll tell my kids, they know this at the beginning of the year when I'm teaching them how to use Symbaloo, you can only go to that page that the tile takes you to. Even though it's going to a broader website such as PBS, you're not allowed to go search PBS. You're allowed to just go to that game that I put on there as a tile. So anyway, you're going to click here to create your own tile. And I'm going to go to another tab. I want to add on my classroom webpage. So here's my classroom webpage. This is, where I put up my homework assignments, my news, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to highlight the URL and I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to go back to Symbaloo. And you want to make sure that this is taken away right here, this HTTP, because it's going to repeat when I paste my URL. So I'm just highlighting it. I'm going to right click. I'm going to paste. And then I'm going to click over here on website. It is a website. As soon as you see the screen link, that means you're good to go. This right here is what your tile is actually going to say, what the kids are going to be able to read. The tiles are small, so I'm not going to make it very big. I'm going to take off Miss Nelson, so I'm just going to put Noble Knights. You need to make sure that this box right here is clicked, or else it's not going to show your words. If you see right down here, you'll see the difference. If you don't click it, it's not going to say Noble Knights. So you have to make sure you click that if you want the words to show up. And then here is where you get to sort of be real organized and personalized. I'm going to choose blue for this tile, and I'm going to make everything that's like sort of my personal website stuff, my school website, my classroom library, anything that's mine that I've created, I'm going to put blue. And you could, instead of making it blue, you could upload your own image if you have an image on your desktop. Like if you want everything that's like has to do with your personal classroom, like since we're the Knights, maybe I have a picture of a castle. I might just, instead of having that blue thing there, I might just put a picture of a castle. That's your personal choice. I'm just going to choose the blue. I like the color code. It actually makes it really easy for the kids. Like if it's math time and all my tiles are green, I can say go do something that's green, and they can just, I don't have to, I might have 15 green things on there, but I know they're doing math, so that's fine. Or, it's reading time, go do something that's pink. So it really helps to color code these. And then you push add tile to webmix. And then you're just going to left click onto this tile, and it's going to put it onto your webmix for you. And it's really easy for you to just drag this wherever you want it to, or even just drag it up here into the trash can if you messed up and you don't want it anymore. I'm going to put this one right here. Just a little note, this is another way that you can personalize your bookmarks. For instance, meaning where you put it can be a really good organizational tool. For instance, I might have all my math tiles over in this corner, all my social studies tiles over in this corner, all my language arts ones in this corner, or so on and so forth. I'm just going to put this one here for now. And there it is. And that is my first tile I have created. And this is what happens when somebody comes to your Symbaloo page and clicks on it. It just takes you directly there. Super quick, super easy. All right, so back to Symbaloo. And just a reminder too, it's not gonna do it right now because I still haven't confirmed my email address, but you would want to, after you add something, in order to make sure that it saves and updates, you would click Nelson's Knights, and there would be a little thing that says update your webmix. So you would do that. So I have taught you how to create account. I have taught you how to get rid of what they give you and start fresh. So you know how to delete tiles. You now know how to add tiles. You know benefit of using Symbaloo is not having to update every single computer. And also, one other good thing about Symbaloo too, I didn't mention this when I mentioned the bookmarks up here as opposed to this bookmarking website, is that my students, they go home and they get on their own personal computers, and surprisingly enough, they actually want to do some schoolwork at home, and they will come to my Symbaloo page. If you go over here to your profile, you can see how many people and who visit your Symbaloo page and who are the users of it. They use this so much, and one good thing about having this is they can come here and you don't have to tell parents, you don't have to send home 15 letters saying this is how you get to the math book, this is how you can do this, this is how you can get to your reading book. It's just you give them one piece of paper. This is the Symbaloo. You go here, you can get to anything that we ever do. And so that's a real benefit. And I mean, you can't go to these kids' houses and put bookmarks on their computers for them, obviously. So if you give them this, it's like automatically giving them all the bookmarks that they need to be successful in school. So it's a really good tool. All right, so now that I've done that for you, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close that, and I'm going to show you mine. This is just a starter one that I made just to show you how to get started. I'm going to show you mine and show you some of the things that I have on it and how I use it in my classroom. So, like I said, every day, this is the home page that the kids see when they log in. This is mine. It says Miss Nelson. This is my home web mix. And so, if you're looking for mine, if you want to, you can. When you go to Symbaloo, you can search web mixes and you can put in Miss Nelson and you can find mine. And you can actually add it. That's one thing that I didn't show you. Let me show you that right now before I forget. Right here where it says add, you push that, and if it's going, here it goes. Add a web mix. I'm sorry, do it up here. Add a web mix, and you can search for a web mix in the Symbaloo gallery. So, like I said, you could search for mine. You could put in Miss Nelson, and it would show up mine. I'm just going to put in 4th grade. And these are all the things that people have put their own web mixes up that may include 4th grade something. Who knows what. I'm going to just show you geometry. I'll click. Let's do this U.S. history. It has a lot of people have used this and it has a really high rating. I'll put view this web mix. And so this is what I see. It says, I mean, there's like 6,000 people practically that use this, so it must be pretty good. And 11,000 people like it. So these must be some pretty good tiles that go places. See this flag on here? You know how I told you you could upload your own image? So this person put a flag on here and they still chose colors behind it because you can make your image smaller or bigger. You can make your image take up the whole tile or smaller. So this is kind of cool. They know that all these tiles have to do with history, obviously. So this looks pretty good. So you say, I like that. I was going to put on Flashcard Exchange anyway. I was going to put on ushistory.org. I was going to put on Practicing U.S. History. So I might as well just add this person's web mix. Then I don't have to create my own tiles. So you would click this, add web mix, add this web mix. And now it's one of my tabs. If you decide later you don't want it, you can just click on the tab and just click remove. I'm going to remove it from my web list because I don't really want it. That was just for showing you. I'm also going to remove this one that I accidentally put on here when I was showing you. And you can see here my other tabs that I was talking about, my Daily 5 tabs. I have a word work tab over here where I have tiles for word work and some writing tiles. And this is my Fun Friday tab where they can play games for Fun Friday. But this is the one that we use most of the time. And as you can see, I told you I color code them. So all these pink things are language arts. All these blue things are like what I was making before, my website, my library, my behavior management, my school's website, some other things that I use every day. Down here I have the red ones are links to our curriculum, so they can go to their math book or, you know, all that stuff that that good stuff that they get for their curriculum. Over here, these green ones are my math links. So like if they get done with math early and I don't want them to do something in their math book, if I want them to just get a little variety in there, I'll say go to something that's green so they can go to these. I just added these, so they're green and they're not really supposed to be. But these are listen to reading. They should be pink. So they should be with my language arts stuff. But these are listening to reading tabs. So anyway, this is what comes up when they first, open the browser. And so they know exactly, I don't have to tell them, they don't have to go up here and type in Spelling City or type in our school website or go to a bookmark. They just can click on anything from here and go there. So it makes it really, really simple. And another good thing about Symbaloo is that if you have, I'm going to open something over here, you're not going to see it for a second, but if you have a smart board or a Mimeo, some sort of interactive whiteboard in your classroom that you use, you probably know that, I'm sorry, I'm trying to open Safari, but it's not working because I've got this recorder on. Oh, here it is. Okay, so anyway, so say you have an interactive whiteboard and you have bookmarks and you want to you're standing up there and you don't want to have to, you want to go to another page, but you don't want to have to go and actually get your mouse and do it. It's really hard with an interactive whiteboard, even with the pen to click. These are so close together and so small. It's really hard to click on those and actually get the right one. So it's really beneficial to have this as your bookmarks because you can just have Symbaloo open in the background of whatever you're doing on your whiteboard, and then the kids can super easily come up and just tap on one of these things and go to it, and it makes it really easy. And then you just have to close these big tabs, which are much bigger, or not even close them. Just go back and click back on Symbaloo real quick with your pen that comes with your interactive whiteboard. It makes it a lot easier to get stuff done that way. You don't have to go back and forth between your computer and stuff like that. So hopefully this was helpful. If you would like to get a little start on some things to put on to your home page, your home web mix at Symbaloo, you're welcome to go to add a web mix and find me, Miss Nelson. And you can use my tiles. You can steal people's tiles. That's one of the greatest things that you can do. Speaking of that, let me show you how to steal a tile. I will add somebody's web mix. Okay, not necessarily steal a tile. I'll put it this way. I'll do this a different way. What you might want to do is say this isn't mine. This is somebody else's. And I added their web mix. And I don't really want all the stuff that they have on here. I just want like maybe 2 or 3. So I would, instead of creating my own tile, finding the website and creating my own tile, what I would do is I would say I really like Quizlet and I want that on my home one. I would right click on it and I would click move. And then you would choose the page that you want to put it on. So my home webmix page, my first page that they see is Miss Nelson, or I could choose one of my other pages, like if I want it on my word work or on my writing. But I want to put it on Miss Nelson. And you have to choose, if it's your own tile that you created, you can just say, I want to move this tile. If it was somebody else's tile that you found on somebody else's webmix and you just want to steal it from them, you need to click this one. I want to copy the tile. And then you click Move Tile. And now when I go back to Miss Nelson, I should see Quizlet. So let's see if it worked. Yep, there it is, Quizlet. And this is the thing that I was talking about before when I had to confirm my my email to be able to see. I just added something. I did something new. I added Quizlet. So I'm going to click on my thing right here, and I need to update my webmix. So that makes it save my changes. So you click on update webmix, and when it says republishing succeeded, then you're done. You got it. You're for sure fine. You can sign out, and it'll still be there next time. Alright, so that is my tutorial on Symbaloo. If you have any questions, feel free to email me if you would like. And my email is nelsonCB@mail.santarosa.k12.fl.us. Right up here. And otherwise, you can go join Symbaloo and find me and leave me a comment. And good Symbalooing to you.